I see you already commented. I think you're absolutely amazing, Finn, and I think I'll get to see you tomorrow at Tuesdays Together, which is awesome. I'm so excited to see you. But hello to everybody else. My name is Heather Chesky, and I am coming to you live today in my home studio. I'm popping on here just because I want to share a couple of tips that I've learned in my business over the years that have really allowed me allowed me to stress less and a lot more flexibility in my schedule, and have taken me to that next level in my business. So I basically have 5 tips that I want to share with you today. If you're on live, go ahead and say, hey, let me know where you're coming from, and let me know what you do. This, I coach other photographers on how to, take their business to the next level, how to create success for themselves. I'm really known for, getting photographers to that 5 to 10K mark in their business every single month and being the go-to photographer in their town. But I love just marketing and coaching and business in general. So if you're not a photographer, that's totally fine. Finn, I know you're not, but you're an amazing hair and makeup artist. So if you're not a photographer, you're still more than welcome to join. And really just anybody who wants some tips on just how to make their life a little bit simpler, and how to actually get whatever they're creating to that next level. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of dive right in. And first of all, if you don't know who I am, I'm Heather. I already said that. But basically, I started my photography business almost 6 years ago now, and it actually started not by choice, to be completely honest. I was working in another job and I was laid off from that job completely out of the blue. It wasn't a job that I was passionate about. So honestly, it was a relief to be let go of because it really just sucked my soul. But at the same time, my family needed an income. We had an 8-month-old baby at the time, and we had bills to be paid, and we couldn't go on just one income. So I lost my job, and then bam, I had to, start bringing in money. And I was doing a side hustle photography business at the time. And I was like, you know what? Why not? Let me just see if I can make this work. So I really put everything I had into my photography business, really tried to grow it, take it to that next level. And it started to grow. It was amazing. I had some amazing, amazing successes those first few years. It wasn't all that long before, I began to triple, and now I've quadrupled my old salary at my old day job. So it's been an amazing journey. It's been one of, up and down roller coaster ride, as any entrepreneurial journey is. But over the years, I just, within the first 2 years of my business of being full-time, it really, it was consistent. I was getting I was known in the community. People were seeking me out. I was getting booked consistently. I was having 5-figure months. And then it wasn't really out of the blue, but then my husband's health really kind of took a turn for the worse. He had been experiencing issues, and then it's just out of nowhere, everything kind of piled on, and it got really awful really quickly. So for the next couple of years, my husband has actually been on disability. He has not been able to drive. He's getting much better, but for a while he wasn't able to drive. We had multiple ER visits every single week. It was just a really scary time period in our family life. And here I was trying to raise, our 2 little kids, and then also trying to grow a business. And my husband also needed, help. Things were really hard. So it was kind of like being a caretaker, a stay-at-home mom with 2 little kids and growing a business. And I could not devote as much time in my business when my husband got as sick as he was. So then I just had to rethink how I did things. I went from, really having quite a few hours a week to work in my business and really getting great results, to not having that many hours at all to work in my business, and really, having to surrender that to the side so that I could put my family, focus more time and energy in my family, because that's where my attention was needed. So it was during that season that, if I'm being completely honest, I totally hated, but I learned so many valuable lessons during that season. And I wanted to share 5 tips for you guys, whoever's listening. If you're going through a season that's, kind of difficult and you still need to grow your business, or, maybe you're just not liking how much time your business is sucking out of you, or maybe you're working another job and you're still trying to grow your business, so you still lack time to put into your business. So I really want to share with you the 5 biggest tips that I've had I've learned over the years to really make the most of my limited time and still grow my business. So really making more money with less time. So really, let's start with, tip number one. Tip number one is basically to define your own version of success. I've talked about this before. I've actually done a whole nother live on this topic because it's that important. But what I have found, with myself as well as other photographers, is like, we don't know what our version of success is. And we haven't taken the time to really sit down and look at that. One of the benefits that I have found, after I lost my day job, I was making X number of dollars every single week. So once I lost that job, I knew exactly how much money my photography business needed to bring in. So basically, I just need to replace that. And that was my goal. That was my version of success, to replace the amount of money I just lost with my photography business. And so basically, everything I did was leading to that one goal, how I define success in that season of life. And it's funny when I talk to photographers nowadays, it's like they just don't know what their version of success is. And we really need to sit down and think about this. Like, how much money do you want to be making every month? How many photo shoots do you want to have every month? How much time do you want to have off? Do you really want to be photographing every single weekend, missing out on kids' soccer games or missing out with time with your family? Like, really, what does it look like on all levels of your version of success? It might just be working 3 or 4 days a week, or maybe photographing twice a week and having all your weekends off. So really, you have to nail down, okay, what is it do you want out of your, not just your business, but also your personal life? What is your personal life? What is your marriage life? What does your parenting life look like in terms of success? One of the things that I've actually loved doing with my family, I've only been doing this for the last year or so, and I'm getting better at being consistent at it, but it's all about growth. But one of the ways that I define success for my family life is every Friday night we'll do like a pizza movie night. And I really just want to set Friday nights aside for my family to where, we make our own pizzas, we all cuddle up underneath the blanket, we pop some popcorn and watch a movie. And we've been doing that every single Friday night for the last, for a good while now. And that's one of the ways that I define success. Years ago, when I was, I felt like I was probably like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to do everything. I did not make that time for my family. So that's one of the ways that I now define success, is being able to keep my business time and like a business hours, and then after hours I really spend time with my family, with my phone not even close to me, where I'm not disturbed by dings and notifications and emails that might come through. So the tip for you is like, what do you want in your business and also in your personal life, and how would you define that success? All right, so let's move on to tip number 2. This is a big one that most creative individuals, like photographers and whoever else, most people who are starting their own business, they don't really look at it. But tip number 2 is just to really look at your numbers and be super clear about what you need to make in order to meet your goals, to meet that version of success that you've already defined from tip number 1. So let's just say, for example, your goal is to make $5,000 a month, and you only want to photograph, let's just say, 1 client a week, or you want to only work with 1 client a week. So basically, when you do the math, you learn that 5,000 divided by 4 is $1,250. So you really have to make $1,250 off of each and every client, so that you can still have that time freedom that you want, that you defined, that you wanted in your version of success, and also the income goal that you wanted in your success. So really, your numbers have to match up what you want for your success. So you really have to, look at that, make a goal number of what you want to make every single month, and then break it down from there in terms of how much you want to be working week by week by week. Tip number 3 is to actually stay away from social media. Do not click away from this video right now, but just to stay away from social media in general. It can be such a time suck. I've been so guilty of this in the past, where like I'll hop on Facebook to do one thing, and then like it's like a rabbit trail, and I get distracted, and then I go off on this tangent, and then like a whole hour has passed, and I totally forgot why I even came on Facebook for. So aside from these live videos that I do occasionally, I really strive to stay off of social media during business hours, or I'll be like, I have to get these main tasks done, and then I'll take 5 minutes to check my Facebook. So really, it's like having that structure in place where you're not spending so much of your time and energy being sucked out before you actually you get done what you need to get done to meet your goals. So I know a lot of, whenever I suggest this, a lot of people are like, but I use social media for my business and that's how I grow it. And I totally get that. Social media is a big part of my business too. And taking my photography and my coaching businesses to the next level. Clearly, I'm on Facebook Live right now, so I do use social media. But, you know, one of the things that I've found very helpful is to use a scheduler. I personally have used Post Planner and Grum to schedule out my posts. So actually, I'll go ahead and create an entire month's worth of Facebook posts and blog posts and Instagram posts, and I'll schedule that out for the whole month. So I'm really only spending a couple hours one afternoon planning it, and then everything else is scheduled aside from these Facebook Lives and, you know, just answering questions that come in and messages here and there after I've gotten done the bigger business tasks that I need to get done. So really check how much time you're spending on social media. Is it too much? Is it like, are you spending more time there than actually working in your business? And then really, it's just not productive when you really look at it. If you're just kind of flumming through mindlessly, not really, you know, doing much of anything. So let's move on to tip number 4. This is actually a really big one that I didn't start using until this actual past year. And tip number 4 is to actually focus on growing your email list. I know we hear that a lot, especially if you've been in the business world a lot or for quite some time. You keep hearing you have to grow your email list. At least I've heard it. But then you don't really know how to grow your email list. And then if you grow it, or if you even have a little one, you know, just a few hundred or a few dozen, whatever, you don't know what to do with it. But really the whole idea with growing an email list is that those are people who have signed up to hear about you and what you offer and what your services are. And it's so amazing because, you know, Facebook algorithms are changing all the time. You know, there was a time where MySpace was big in the social media realm, and MySpace is barely even heard of now. Instagram is huge now, but, you know, maybe in a couple of years or maybe by the end of this year, it might not be a big thing. So really, when you look at it, you know, your Facebook followers or your Instagram followers or your Snapchat, I don't even use that. I don't even use Twitter. But any one of those, like those kind of come and go. But what stays is your email list and the people who've subscribed to hear from you. And your email list is something that you own. So, you know, we've all heard of Facebook ads and Instagram ads, and those are effective. And I use them in my business and definitely recommend you using them in yours. But the thing is, with those, you have to pay to get in front of people, versus if you just grow your email list, you don't have to pay to get in front of your ideal client because they've already signed up to get to know you. As far as growing your email list, one of my personal favorite ways that I'll share more about, you know, in the coming weeks and coming months is to actually offer a free gift. It's called an opt-in in the marketing world, where basically you offer a free gift to your ideal client, something that they would enjoy, something that they would like, something that solves a problem for them in exchange for their name and email address. So that way you give them this free, amazing gift, and then they give you your email address, and then you can just remarket to them via email in the coming days, coming weeks, and then offer them a special once you know, proven yourself and have actually given them value that they can actually use to solve whatever problem that they have. So the next tip and the last tip is outsourcing. I love this one, and it took me the longest time to actually implement. I don't know who else out there is like a control freak, or am I like the only one? This took me forever to do. I remember one of the biggest things that I wanted to do was basically just honestly outsourcing a babysitter for a couple hours every week. In the first couple years of my business, you know, I was a stay-at-home parent, and so I had my kids with me, so I did what I could, you know, during nap times and after my kids went to bed, but you can only do so much, and if you're a parent, you know that your energy level kind of like tanks after you deal with kids for a couple of hours. So I was finding that I wasn't productive, I wasn't effective with what I needed to be, like I wasn't getting stuff done just because my energy level was sapped after dealing with kids. So I really, it took a lot for me to actually hire out a babysitter because I had a lot of mom guilt around, you know, but I want to be the one raising them. I want to be doing this. I want to be doing that with them. And really it took me forever. But like as soon as I started hiring out a babysitter for just a couple hours a week, I got done so much in those few hours that I was more energized to actually be present with my kids. Now, you know, thankfully, my 6-year-old is in school now. Yay! And then my almost 3-year-old, he just goes to a sitter a couple days a week, part-time. So on those days that he's away, I can really focus in on doing my business tasks. I get them all done. So the days that he's home with me, I can really just enjoy the snuggles with him. I can take a nap with him. We can go to the park together. I can really be mom all the time because I've delegated out. I've outsourced help with watching kids on other days of the week. Another area that this has really helped with a lot is just basically outsourcing my house cleaning, because I don't enjoy cleaning my house at all, and it gets dirty pretty often with boys. So basically, I outsource cleaning my house because it saves me hours, and I love supporting other local businesses in the area. So I'm more than happy to pay somebody to clean my house because it saves me the stress of having to do it myself. Other things that you can outsource are let's see. Oh, I used to do grocery shopping. So I would, so many grocery stores now have that online shopping where basically you just get what you need all online. You basically check out online. So all you have to do is drive up and pick up your groceries, and that can save you an hour plus right there instead of roaming the aisles of Harris Teeter or Walmart or Target for hours on end, getting things that you probably don't even really need to begin with. And then, you can also outsource a lot of things in your business. I actually have a virtual assistant, and I've had one for a good few months. And actually my virtual assistant handles all of my social media posts. She handles my blog. She handles doing videos, downloading videos and uploading them to YouTube. She handles so much stuff that I don't necessarily need to be doing, that I also don't really enjoy, but that still need to get done. So look at your business, look at your personal life. What can you outsource that will just save you, that will basically just cut off, half of your to-do list. Basically, if you were to look at your to-do list right now, I bet, a third or even half of it can be done by somebody else. And then your days will open up with a lot more time. And you as a business owner need to focus your time on spending it with income producing activities. So basically whatever produces income, that's what you need to focus in on in order to grow your business and to take it to the next level. Whatever is not an income producing activity but still needs to be done to run your business, that can be delegated out. And you can start this small. I started with a virtual assistant with maybe an hour or two a week. And, from week to week, it differs, but, you can start small and then work your way up. So those are actually the 5 tips, just to recap, it was basically to define your version of success. What is it that you want for your business? What is it that you want out of your personal life? Tip number 2 is to look at your numbers and to make sure your numbers really support what you say you want from your business and also your personal life. Tip number 3 is to stay away from social media, because at the end of the day, honestly, what so-and-so ate for lunch and posted about really doesn't matter. Tip number 4 is to grow your email list. This is huge. I'm going to be doing a couple more, Facebook Lives about this one in particular in the coming weeks, because I've had a lot of people reach out to me about, how to do this effectively. So if this is something that you want to learn, how to grow your email list, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, click the heart button. Tell me what your biggest struggle is with that specifically, so I know how to address that in future lives. And I'd be happy to do that. And then tip number 5 is to basically outsource what you can. This can be personal tasks. This can be, your household chores. This can be business tasks. It could be, watching your kids for, an hour or 2 every week, so you can get some undivided attention in your business, getting things done. The bottom line is that, your time is the most valuable thing that you have. And all of these things, all of these tips, when combined together, they really allow you to be the most effective with your time. So that's what I have for you today. Let me know what your favorite tip was. Let me know if you even have another tip to share. I'd love to hear, if you've been growing your business for a while and if you have something that has really helped you take your business to the next level, go ahead and share that. And let me know in the comments what you thought, and I will talk to you guys later. All right, bye.